Jamaica has long been a focal point for drug trafficking in the Caribbean. Its strategic location makes it a prime transit point for traffickers moving drugs like marijuana and cocaine from South America to North America and Europe. Over the years, Jamaican authorities have made significant seizures in their efforts to stem the flow of drugs, often involving high-stakes operations, international cooperation, and, at times, shocking twists. Law enforcement agencies continue to work tirelessly to disrupt illegal operations. Several major drug busts have captured headlines, with some of the biggest making history on the island. Here's a look at the top 10 biggest drug busts in Jamaica's history. Number 10. Kingston Container Terminal Cocaine Bust, 2015. In December 2015, customs officials at the Kingston Container Terminal discovered 500 kilograms of cocaine hidden in a shipping container. The drugs were concealed among legitimate goods, demonstrating the lengths traffickers go to in order to bypass port security. The street value of the cocaine was estimated at over 1 billion Jamaican dollars, making it one of the largest seizures at the terminal. The operation underscored the vulnerability of Jamaica's ports to drug trafficking, given the high volume of containerized shipping that passes through the island. Following this bust, the Jamaican government increased efforts to strengthen port security, including the use of advanced scanning technology and better coordination with international partners. Despite these measures, the incident highlighted the ongoing threat posed by transnational drug trafficking networks. Number 9. Rocky Point Seizure, 2016. In October 2016, police in Clarendon conducted a major operation in Rocky Point, a well-known fishing village, resulting in the seizure of 700 kilograms of cocaine. The drugs, valued at over 1 billion Jamaican dollars, were hidden in a boat docked at the shoreline. Authorities arrested several individuals, including foreign nationals, suggesting that the operation was part of a larger international smuggling network. Rocky Point has long been a focal point for drug trafficking due to its proximity to international waters and its active fishing community, which traffickers often use as cover. This bust highlighted the increasing use of small ports and fishing villages by drug syndicates seeking to evade detection. It also emphasized the need for community cooperation in identifying and reporting suspicious activities. Number 8. St. Elizabeth Cocaine Bust, 2017. In November 2017, law enforcement officials in St. Elizabeth seized 1,000 kilograms of cocaine during a carefully planned operation. The drugs, packed in duffel bags, were discovered in a rural area, suggesting that traffickers were using remote locations to store and distribute their shipments. The street value of the cocaine was estimated at billions of Jamaican dollars, making it one of the largest busts in the island's history. St. Elizabeth, with its relatively isolated terrain and access to Jamaica's southern coastline, has become a hotspot for drug trafficking. Authorities believe the cocaine had been smuggled into the country by sea and was awaiting further distribution. The bust demonstrated the importance of intelligence-driven operations in disrupting drug networks and highlighted the ongoing challenges posed by Jamaica's geographical location and porous borders. Number 7. JDF Coast Guard Interception, 2024. On February 5, 2024, the Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, Coast Guard intercepted a vessel off the island's southern coast, leading to the seizure of 1,192 kilograms, 2,629 pounds of marijuana. The drugs, valued at 26 million Jamaican dollars, were found in waterproof packages that were likely meant to be transferred to another vessel at sea. This type of maritime trafficking, often referred to as go-fast smuggling, is a common tactic used by drug syndicates to avoid detection. The operation was a testament to the effectiveness of the JDF's maritime patrols, which have been bolstered by international support and improved surveillance technology. Officials believe the marijuana was destined for Central America or the United States, highlighting Jamaica's role as a transshipment hub in the global drug trade. The interception also underscored the need for continued investment in coastal security to combat increasingly sophisticated smuggling techniques. Number 6. Alligator Pond Operation, 2020. Another major marijuana bust took place on June 4, 2020, in Alligator Pond, Manchester. Security forces seized 1,164 kilograms of marijuana during an operation targeting a smuggling ring operating along Jamaica's southern coast. Although no arrests were made, the seizure was a significant blow to the traffickers, who were reportedly using the area as a launching point for drug shipments to Central America. Alligator Pond's location near the coastline makes it a strategic hub for smugglers, who often evade detection by blending in with local fishermen. The bust highlighted the challenges faced by law enforcement in monitoring Jamaica's extensive coastline. Despite the success of this operation, authorities acknowledged that traffickers would likely attempt to regroup and continue their activities. Number 5. Lance's Bay Marijuana Seizure, 2020. In June 2020, the Jamaica Defense Force conducted a major operation in Lance's Bay, Hanover, resulting in the seizure of 1,179 kilograms of marijuana. The drugs, packed in several large bags, were being loaded onto a vessel when authorities intervened. 3 Bahamian nationals were arrested during the operation, signaling the international dimensions of the marijuana trade in Jamaica. The Lance's Bay bust was significant not only for its scale, but also for its location. Hanover, situated on Jamaica's northwestern coast, has become a key point for maritime smuggling. Drug traffickers often use small fishing boats to transport marijuana to the Bahamas, where it is further distributed. This operation also demonstrated the importance of the JDF's maritime capabilities in intercepting illegal shipments. Number 4. Spur Tree Marijuana Bust, 2020. The Spur Tree Marijuana Bust in May 2020 remains the largest marijuana seizure in Jamaica's history. During a raid in Manchester, police discovered 3,946 kilograms, 8,700 pounds, of compressed marijuana stored in several large packages. Valued at approximately 35 million Jamaican dollars, the haul was part of a sophisticated smuggling operation. 4 individuals were arrested at the scene, and authorities suspected that the drugs were destined for export, possibly to other Caribbean islands or North America. This bust highlighted the evolving nature of Jamaica's marijuana trade, which had traditionally been dominated by small-scale cultivators. In this case, the sheer volume of drugs indicated the involvement of a well-funded and organized syndicate. The operation also underscored the challenges faced by law enforcement in rural areas, where traffickers exploit rugged terrain and limited police presence to conduct their activities. Number 3. Port Royal Cocaine Haul, 2002. In August 2002, Jamaican authorities conducted what was, at the time, the largest cocaine seizure in the country's history. More than 3,000 pounds, approximately 1,360 kilograms, of cocaine were found near Port Royal. The operation was notable not just for the volume of drugs seized, but also for the arrest of a policeman and a suspected Colombian national. This highlighted the deep connections between international trafficking networks and local operatives, as well as the challenge of rooting out corruption within law enforcement ranks. The drugs, with a street value of over 500 million Jamaican dollars at the time, were suspected to have been part of a large shipment destined for overseas markets. Port Royal's location near Kingston made it an ideal spot for smugglers, who often use small boats to transport contraband to larger vessels waiting offshore. This bust marked a turning point in how Jamaican law enforcement approached drug interdiction, leading to the introduction of more sophisticated surveillance and intelligence-gathering techniques. Number 2. Kingston Freeport Terminal Bust, 2023. The Kingston Freeport Terminal bust on January 14, 2023, was another monumental operation in Jamaica's fight against drug trafficking. Customs officers discovered 1,250 kilograms of cocaine concealed within cargo on a vessel that had arrived from Colombia. The drugs were packed into 50 duffel bags and hidden among legitimate goods, showcasing the elaborate methods employed by smugglers. The street value of the seized drugs was estimated at 9 billion Jamaican dollars, 62 million US dollars, making it one of the costliest drug hauls intercepted at a Jamaican port. This bust underscored the strategic importance of the Kingston Freeport Terminal, a major entry point for goods into the Caribbean. Security officials noted that drug cartels often exploit the high volume of containerized shipping to smuggle narcotics. The operation required collaboration between the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, customs officials, and international partners. Despite the success of this bust, authorities warned that similar attempts would likely continue as traffickers adapt to heightened security measures. Number 1. Havendale Cocaine Bust, 2024. On August 6, 2024, law enforcement officials in Jamaica made headlines with one of the most significant drug seizures in the island's history. The raid, conducted in Havendale, St. Andrew, uncovered a staggering 2,526 kilograms of cocaine. The drugs were found in a hidden compartment of a truck during a joint police-military operation. This seizure, valued at over 12 billion Jamaican dollars, approximately 75 million US dollars, sent shockwaves across the region due to the sheer scale of the operation. 5 individuals were arrested, including a 72-year-old man, signaling the involvement of individuals across various age groups in drug trafficking networks. This bust showcased the growing sophistication of smuggling operations in Jamaica. Authorities suggested that the drugs were likely destined for North America, as Jamaica is often used as a transshipment point. The operation involved careful planning, undercover work, and intelligence sharing between local and international agencies. It also highlighted the vulnerabilities in urban areas such as Havendale, which have increasingly become hotspots for organized crime. Each of these drug busts represents a victory for Jamaican law enforcement, but they also underscore the persistent challenges posed by drug trafficking on the island. Jamaica's geographical location, with its proximity to major drug-producing regions and lucrative markets in North America and Europe, makes it a prime target for smugglers. These operations not only reflect the ingenuity and resources of traffickers, but also the dedication and growing sophistication of the Jamaican authorities in combating this issue. Despite significant victories, the constant evolution of drug smuggling tactics means that Jamaica's law enforcement agencies must continue to adapt and enhance their strategies. The Jamaican government has made strides in strengthening its maritime and port security, investing in technology, and forging international partnerships to fight the illicit drug trade. However, the continuous rise in the volume and sophistication of trafficking operations highlights the need for ongoing vigilance and cooperation between local and global authorities. By learning from past successes and challenges, Jamaica strives to stay one step ahead in the fight against the drug trade, ensuring that these busts are not just isolated victories, but part of an ongoing effort to protect the island from the destructive impact of drug trafficking. Through these efforts, Jamaica aims to curtail the influence of organized crime, safeguard its borders, and ensure that its ports and coastlines are not used as transit routes for illegal narcotics. While the road ahead remains challenging, these monumental busts reflect the country's resolve to remain a frontrunner in the fight against international drug trafficking.